Where have I been?
The tribute to the black woman is, or should I say, it has grown past its capacity. I mean, when he started it out years ago, he was using, rooms at different facilities, like in basements and whatnot. But it has become so large now that we've acquired the Museum of Missouri History Museum. And so that in itself creates a greater cost, but it's what was needed. So one of the reasons that we are looking for funding and looking to get contributors is to make this event, or to keep the event at its grand status, but with its need for its growth now, to acquire those things that we can keep elevating and giving a greater tribute to the black woman. We have different speakers that are coming in. We have food that's going to be given out. We got gifts. We got packages. We have several things that, like I said, we really want to blow it out of the water, knock it out the park this time. So we're looking for your help. Okay, the thing that drew me to Tribute to the Black Woman was actually the founder himself, Emperor. This guy is, how can I say, extremely consistent at being consistent. When he started doing it, it's like, all right, so you doing what now? A tribute to black women. Who's gonna come out? Who's gonna even pay any attention to your thing? He didn't care. He's just like, hey man, it don't matter. I love my sisters out here. I feel for how a lot of brothers have treated them, how he himself had treated them in the past. So he said every year he was just gonna work to give them a tribute, to salute them, and also give out other awards there as well. So, you hear somebody talk, and then you see them, do a couple of things, and they might stop. We're real good at starting, stopping. But this guy has consistently kept doing this thing. I mean, he got to the point he wrote a book, Tribute to the Black Woman. I mean, he performs, he brings in other people to perform. Like I say, he gives out all these different things to black women, and he does it so consistently, you can't help but be drawn to it and caught up in the, should I say, gravitational pull of the event and what he's talking about. Another thing that stood out to me about it is the fact that you don't find too many straight black men giving black women a tribute. That might sound a little strange, but there are a lot of women who do events for black men, but unfortunately a lot of times they're gay women, so they love black men, but not enough that they have found their way to end up with one. And it's a strange dynamic that I see becoming more common. So to have this brother here who's not a gay black man who just can really relate to females in the sense that he's effeminate too. He's on the other side, heterosexual, who's like, nah, I'm giving this tribute to these black women, and I think that brings a certain male dynamic to it. He also has Professor Griff, who's a part of this as well, who just is basically showing him all kind of love. Who's like, man, hey, whenever you need me, I'm coming. Who's also a masculine, this to have that whole man thing. That's the best I can call it, where brothers are really trying to impress these sisters, not to go out with them, not for a date or anything like that, but to really show them that they honor them, they respect them, that they love them, that they're there for them. Okay, again, to speak to Emperor's dedication to the tribute to the black woman. He releases a CD in 2003 with just music, with all the songs dedicated to black women. He writes a book in 2007 dedicated to black women, with poems and different things to help uplift them spiritually and motivate them, how to deal in this world and how to deal with the society. He does 5 annual events after that, giving gifts, food, having speakers coming out, just a celebration of black women for 5 years straight in a row now. He brings in MMA, or well, I don't want to call him MMA, but he's a martial artist. He's a champion, Jermaine Andre. Some people know him as Bam. To also train sisters who want to be trained and offer them ways to defend themselves and show them that they don't have to feel subject to any man, be it husband or otherwise, especially if they're in an abusive relationship. He features other artists from all different types of music and different genres and stuff. And it's kind of like a two-pronged approach, because he's also trying to create a new form of music. And by asking some of the sisters who are in music, who are in different genres and forms and stuff like that, he's trying to create this amalgamation of a new style that can hopefully come out of this whole tribute and honoring of black women. So anyway, like I said, I could be running his resume down for I don't know how long. I'm a fan, all right? But we hope that you feel the same way about the whole concept of the healing and the need for the healing of black women and contribute. One last point I like to say that Bill Duke recently released a movie called, I think, Dark Girls, and he's doing another one. I think he just finished it called Light Skinned Girls or Light Skinned Women or something like that. And he's talking about the difference, you know, between the two and the things that they have to go through, because he's trying to help create this form of healing, dark skin and light skin, and, you know, being made to feel bad because of the color of your skin. See, there's a need that's being nationally recognized by somebody like Bill Duke to heal black women. So Emperor is pretty much right in line with the same thing with what he's doing with the tribute. Also Chris Rock with what is it, Good Hair, Bad Hair, I think it is, something like that. And the point that I'm getting at is that the time is like here, that we should be able to see that if we don't start honoring our women, to bring them up in light of the quote that says a civilization can rise no higher than this woman. If we don't put her back on that pedestal, how can we ever rise as a people? So, once again, we're looking for you to help us make this event spectacular. Our women deserve it. Thank you.